Oh, there you are. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm doing a reading for you called Your Next 8 Weeks. Fantastic. It feels good today and I think this is going to be good for you. Pick a card reading. Which one should we choose? That one there. No theme tunes, no music. Get straight on with it. This is a timeless reading, which means you can find it today, next week or next year. It won't matter. From when you find it, it will be because the spirits want you to find it at that time. So if you found it today, there will be a message in here for you somewhere. We're going to make 4 stacks of cards. 1, 2, 3 and 4. I've got to count while I'm doing this. So my name's David Charles, international psychic medium based in beautiful North Devon in England. And welcome to you, especially if you're on your own or you're lonely. It means a lot to me that you watch my videos. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. Let's find out what the next 8 weeks have in store for you. Do you really want to know? Mainly we're looking at love, but we'll look at everything that comes through. So it's your love life for the next 8 weeks really, mainly. So these are the numbers 1, 2, 3 and 4. Which one do you fancy? 1, 2, 3 or 4. You can meditate. You can pause the video, go with your intuition, pick your lucky number, phone a friend, ask your friends. Pick 1, 2, 3 or 4. I'll put the timestamps below, so if you pick a higher number you can go straight to your reading. You haven't got to wait and watch everybody else's. So we'll move that one over there, 2, 3 and 4, and we'll start with number 1. It's a timeless reading, as I said, so it doesn't matter when you find it. This is what's going to happen unless you change it. Of course it won't resonate with all of you. It's a general reading. Pick out for you what resonates and ignore the rest, or go to one of my other readings. There's dozens of them on my channel. Let's tell you the bad stuff first, number 1. I'm going to keep the really good stuff till the end, so stay with me till the end because there's some good stuff in this, I promise you. There's a few negatives, but I'll tell you the real good stuff right at the end. It won't be long, you haven't got to wait long. 8 weeks. You've got some turbulence coming through at the moment, signified by the Major Arcana Tower card. You may be able to see that from there. This turbulence, as in so many readings, could be to do with your love life, your work life, anything. It just means something like an overhaul. It could be things getting moved around or changed. It doesn't mean it's a disaster at all. In fact, the turbulence in most readings is designed to remove all the rubbish from your life. As I say so often in these readings, if you're going through turbulence, grin and bear it, because it will take away some of the pressure from you eventually. Now I also believe if you're in a romantic situation that some of you, number 1, sorry to call you number 1, but I don't know your first name, but some of you, number 1, will be going through a turbulent period together. There could be 2 of you involved. Your romance may be going through a bit of a shake-up, and it will be coming out the other end okay, I'm pretty sure. There are also indications, number 1, of possible turbulence around your career. There's confusion, there's misunderstandings around your career. It could be that you're getting the dates wrong, people are getting at cross purposes at work, people bickering, maybe falling out at work, and people just not really understanding you. You may say things to people and they take it completely the wrong way. This can be around your work life and your home life. It could be family members and you not quite seeing things clearly. I don't think you're not seeing eye to eye. I just think you're mixing things up a bit around you're not communicating very well. They're taking the things the wrong way, or you may be, number 1. So expect confusion, particularly around your earthly life. That's the bit that's not your love life, the way you earn your living, the way you down to earth stuff. I think that some of you, number 1, are shown to me by the spirit world to be quite straight-laced, quite strict, quite self-disciplined, and good at offering advice to people, although they may not always want it. But they know that you're quite wise, number 1, and they know that you've got a mature head on your shoulders. So you may be finding that people are asking you to give them some guidance, and they may completely ignore it when you've done it, so expect that. It may be also, number 1, that you are seeking out advice from a wise person yourself. Somebody that you know has been around a while, that's been in this world a while, they've got good experience, they're probably a parent, probably a good one as well. If it's a lady, she will be a mum. If it's a man, he will be a father, I believe. I'm pretty sure, number one, you'll know who that is. But expect that you're either giving advice to people or you're getting it during the next 8 weeks. The next 8 weeks are very eventful for you, considering if you're watching this reading when I've made it, we're in the middle of the COVID outbreak. So considering that, there's a lot going on. And that may be causing, if you are watching this video pretty soon after I make it, that may be causing some of the troubles at home where people are getting the wrong end of the stick, the wrong information. I think you are about to meet someone who is very clever, very gifted, very talented, and I could be picking up you, number one. It appears to me that you're on fire at the moment. You're really good at what you do at the moment, and you're really in tune with the universe, number one. Most of you. And if you are, then it's a great time for you, because you can expect good things coming soon. As far as your love life goes, number one, I believe you've got some decisions to make. And that may be linked to the turbulence. I keep using that word, it's a bit scary, but it's not really turbulence, it's just an upheaval. But the love life for you, or your romantic connection, may be pointing to the fact that you've got to make some choices soon. Now this can mean that you're changing your situation romantically. You may be thinking of moving on, or the person you love may be thinking of moving on, and that's hurting you a bit at the moment. Whatever happens, number one, decisions will have to be made soon during this 8-week period, and the decisions you make will shape you maybe for many years to come. So you need to think things over, decide what you want to do, sit at the kitchen table maybe and make a little list of what you'd like to do, and stick with it. Make a plan, stick with it. It may not be easy, but I think once you've done that, your love life will settle down and you'll be ready to do what you feel you should be doing next. This romantic question mark can mean that you have a new lover coming. And it may be that you've just met somebody new as well, which can be awkward if there's still somebody in your background that you're sort of not quite free from, but you're almost free from. I hope you're with me. I can see in your eyes, number one, that you know what I mean, some of you. So your love life has a few question marks, nothing disastrous at all. I think once you've made decisions, and you may have to choose, as I mentioned, between two lovers, once you've done that, you'll be able to move on having unloaded some of your stress, if that's a good word, unloaded some of your baggage. I think you're deciding, some of you, what to do about your love life. The reading can't tell you exactly because it's a general reading, there's lots of you out there. But some of you have questions to answer in your love life, to answer to yourself, not to somebody else. It's for you. You've got to ask yourself some questions, number one. And then, once again, if you can write them down, jot them down on a notepad, make a sort of a plan about your love life, because there could be a new lover coming, and I'll come to that in a minute. It can also mean that you have to choose between two. So that's important. Then, I said I'd tell you the good stuff near the end. You may have seen the Ace of Cups sitting here, if you see it behind there. This can signify, depending on what's laying with it, of course, it can mean a brand new lover for you. So have you met somebody new, number one? If not, you may be about to within the next 8 weeks. You may have met somebody new who you don't know very well yet. He or she could turn into a love, a real true love, the love of your life. If that's not the case, number one, I believe that your love life that you're already in will become much more intense, and it'll be like you're falling in love all over again. You'll look into each other's eyes the way you did the first time you did it, the first time you met, possibly. So the love thing for you, number one, is looking really good after you've made some possibly difficult decisions. Now, of course, it's important that you don't hurt anybody. If you hurt somebody, you will get the karma. You may not get it today or next week, you may get it in 10 years, but you will get karma if you deliberately hurt somebody. If you hurt somebody inadvertently, that's quite different. But if someone gets hurt because of your decision making, well, you've got to make sure they don't, put it that way. Karma will come otherwise, and you don't want to be suffering with that. But as this reading stands, once you've sorted out some of the turbulence around you, which could be moving house, it could be changing your job. There are question marks about the job, which can mean changing job. There's nothing here to say destitution or you're going to be unemployed. There's nothing here to say that you should be worried about anything. This reading is perfectly okay for the next 8 weeks. If you want a full-length reading with me, go to my website, David Charles Psychic, and you can book me on there. From anywhere in the world, I'll read for you on the telephone. If I'm not free, one of the team that work for me will look after you, and they're very good because I pick them, and they can only work for me if they're the best. That's davidcharlespsychic.com. So, we're going to look at some oracle cards in a minute. Let's just sum this up. Expect some confusion and misunderstandings, possibly around your work or your home life, not really in your love life. You're maybe asked to give advice to people. I think you're good at counselling people. Some of you may be in that profession or something similar, number one. You're good at helping people with their love life, with their marital problems, with their financial worries. And the trouble is, you sometimes are not so good at doing it for yourself, which applies to so many of us, of course. I think you're clever, you're gifted, you're entering a magical period, number one. Please remember I said that. You're entering a very special time as the next 8 weeks unfold. Please don't miss it. See it coming, be adventurous, be a bit daring, and you'll find that you're on fire. As I said, you're really, whatever you do, you're on form. If you're a sportsman or woman, lady, you'll be on form. If you're doing this kind of work, you'll be really high and on form. If you're a skilled person in a factory, you will be flying. It's a good time for you. You'll have to make some choices and decisions about your romantic situation. That can be quite important. So think about that. And after all that is sorted out, you're either becoming very much more intense with your lover, or you're going to meet someone brand new, and that will be, you will be like a schoolgirl or schoolboy with a crush. I think you'll be head over heels, falling in love. Doesn't matter if you're 70 years old or 80 or 18, you will fall deeply, passionately in love. And now you heard it here first. I'm sticking with it. Of course, it won't apply to all of you, but a lot of you it will, and I think you'll know. Let's see if the oracle cards back this up. These have been shuffled. I haven't got a clue what's coming up, but we're going to look at 4 of these for you. I've got to use my bike for this, the old glasses. Right, this is an air card first of all. Does it back up what I've told you? Distract yourself with a creative pursuit. Remember I said you've got something you're good at? Distract yourself with a creative pursuit, and the inspiration you seek will find you. You're not looking for it. It will find you. So you're looking for inspiration that's going to come to you if you follow your creative side. If you're an artist, do some painting. If you're a sculptor, do some sculpting. If you're psychic, do some psychic readings. But whatever your skills are, and you have them, number one, that's quite clear from this reading, you have lots of skills. That will inspire you and give you inspiration for your future and answer the questions you're looking for. Hope you're with me. Let's try the next one. That's an earth card. It says on it. Let's have a look. Trust your inner strength and reap the benefits. Almost the same as the other one. Trust your inner strengths. I said to you, you're very clever, gifted, magical at the moment. Trust your inner strengths and reap the rewards. Rewards are coming. This is a very positive reading, number one. So remember, I'm glad you stayed with me. Let's try this with another earth card here. Visualization will help you to heal. See your body bathed in a glow. This is good. If you can do this, lie on the couch or somewhere. Don't fall asleep, but close your eyes and imagine your body bathed in a glow. Maybe the sun or the stars or the moon. And picture the glow warming you, healing you, and allow your body to heal. You will be, it's not just a physical thing either. It's when you do this kind of meditation, it heals your spiritual side and your psychic side. So lie on the couch, lie on the floor, on the bed. Close your eyes, relax everything from head to toe, your shoulders, your head, your neck, your chest, your legs, everything. Let yourself sink into the mattress or the pillows and the cushions and imagine being bathed in a warm glow. And this will help you to heal spiritually and emotionally. It's very good for you, especially for the next 8 weeks. You can do that once or twice a week if you get time. Last one, number 1, an air card. What's this one say? What you're feeling isn't fear, it's excitement. Embrace it. So if you're feeling apprehensive about the future, about your next 8 weeks, try not to, because what you're feeling isn't fear, it's excitement. You should be excited. This reading should make you excited. There's good things coming for lots of you, number 1. And I think you need to embrace it. When you turn this video off tonight or today, whenever you're watching it, you should feel very good and looking forward to your future. Excitement, that's the word. It's not fear, it's excitement. You may be anxious about the future. Try not to be, because I see very good things for you, number 1. I hope you enjoyed that. Please subscribe if you haven't done so, and click the bell icon, and give me a like with the thumbs up thing if you like it. And any comments, please put them down below and I'll answer every one of them. If you want to talk to me privately, you can go to my website and email me, and I'll answer that as well. That's davidcharlespsychic.com. From anywhere in the world, I answer all of my questions and emails. Thank you so much, number 1, and we'll get ready now to move on to number 2. See you in a minute. Bye-bye. Welcome back. If you chose number 2, this one is for you. The next 8 weeks for you. Your next 8 weeks, mainly with your love life. Your love life for the next 8 weeks. But I'll tell you everything, and as always, number 2, I'm going to tell you the negatives first and keep all the really good stuff till the end. So stay with me till the end, because this reading, I assure you, as number 1 was really, gets very good at the end, and it's not bad throughout. But I'll tell you the negatives first. Bit of stress in your life, number 2. Sorry to call you number 2, but I don't know your Christian name. But for now, forgive me for calling you number 2, but there's some little bit of jealousy around you, number 2, for some of you. This won't resonate with all of you, so take what does and ignore the rest. It's a timeless reading, which means you'll find it when the spirit world want you to find it, and if you found it now, there will be a message in here for you, number 2, somewhere. So there is a bit of jealousy around you during the next 8 weeks. So somebody is jealous of maybe your skills, maybe your good looks or your beauty. For some of you, number 2, they're jealous of your psychic ability, because a lot of you are quite psychic. I can see, number 2, that you haven't really had it easy recently. In fact, I don't think you've had it easy for a while. Excuse me. I think you're coming to terms with past problems. Going through, is that the right word? You're going through a period where you've got to come to terms with some of the rubbish you've had in the past, because you've had some tough times in the past. I think a lot of you, number 2, have sacrificed an awful lot to arrive at where you've got to today. And some of you are still going through that, still making sacrifices. If you're doing it for other people, it's lovely, it's a great trait to have, but you've got to look after yourself as well, number 2. So you can be finding that things are getting on top of you if you're not careful. But it ends well, so don't worry too much. I'll tell you the good stuff at the end. As I said, there may be some jealousy around you. If you're a girl or a lady, it will almost certainly be from females, from ladies that you know around. Maybe people at work. Maybe people at college if you're studying. Maybe people down the whist club if you're mature. Or the bridge club, is it? Or the bowling club. But there's some jealousy around you somewhere. And I think somebody near to you, without wanting to upset you, can be quite nasty when you're not around. So be careful of that. The way to deal with that, of course, is don't tell people all your business. Keep yourself private. You can tell them about me, of course. Get them to watch my videos, but don't tell people your business, number 2, unless you're really sure that you can trust them, because there's jealousy in the air. I think some of the sacrifices you've made in the past are going to repay you soon, so don't worry too much about that either. I think you're filling in forms during the next 8 weeks. Could be mortgage papers. You could be filling in forms for loan agreements. You could be filling in forms for marriage or divorce. But you're filling in forms and dealing with official paperwork. It could be the tax man or something like that. I believe that you have a possible change of career coming up. Not all of you, as I said, number 2, but some of you are highly skilled. Some of you have skills that the workplace can't always find. So you may find that you can pick and choose from who employs you. The skills you have that are quite unique to you, some of you. And you may be finding that you're sought after for these skills. And it may be not just work that's looking for you to help them. It could be friends and family, because they know you're good. You're good at what you do. And once again, you can help your friends and family, but look after yourself, because your stress levels are a bit high. And when your stress levels are high, number 2, you seem to have a problem getting them down again. You've had this before, where your stress levels go up and you find it difficult to chill out, to relax. And you don't need to do it through drinking or smoking or anything like that. You need to be able to just, let go of the stress. And you need to do that pretty soon. If I'm right about you and you're a bit stressed, you won't be sleeping well. You may not be enjoying eating. You may not be enjoying anything if you're overstressed. And if you're overstressed, it means that you're worrying about something. And I can't see anything in this reading to worry about. If people are jealous of you and being a bit naughty behind your back, that's no problem. Let them. Because if they're jealous of you, they're leaving somebody else alone. That's the way I always look at it. If they're jealous of me, they're not picking on somebody else. So rise above that sort of thing. You may be offered some work. You may be offered some casual work. You may be asked by somebody to use your skills because you're good. I believe that the problems you've had in the past, you will be repaid by karma in the coming 8 weeks. The next 8 weeks for you, number 2, is almost like reimbursement. You've spent out some money, or your effort, or your time. You've spent some of your body, your spirit, your mind, and it's coming back to repay you. A bit like when you give someone a loan and they give it back to you. But when you receive karma, number 2, as most psychics and witches agree, you receive it threefold, which means you'll get it 3 times over. So if good things are coming to you, number 2, expect them to be 3 times as good as what you gave out. Some of you are studying or thinking of going on a course. Are you learning something new? Number 2, I'm looking into your eyes. Are you learning something new? I think you're thinking of it. And if you are, it's a good thing, because you're good at learning. As I said, you're very skillful anyway. You enjoy learning. I think you learnt more, the older ones of you, the more mature ones, I think you learnt more after you left school than you learnt when you were there. I think some of you didn't like school, didn't like studying, but now you've left and got a bit more mature. You're learning things that you want to learn, not things you're told you have to learn. And I think you're thinking of going on a course. Some of you may even be teaching. You may teach yoga or something like that. Or something of your skills I keep mentioning. You may be teaching other people. But the word education comes through this reading. Study, learning, and possible teaching, number 2. Are you teaching someone your skills? You're very good. I told you I'd keep the best till last, before we do your oracle cards, by the way. This reading predicts for you a run of extreme good fortune, and it starts at some point during the next 8 weeks. I can't pinpoint it exactly, but I reckon about 3 weeks from now your luck will change, and it's changing dramatically for the better. It's about time, because you deserve some good luck, number two. I think you've put up with some rubbish recently, and it's time for you to have some good fortune. We'll see now. By the way, I'll just tell you about that. It's the Wheel of Fortune there. From the Major Arcana, depending on what lies with it, of course. This card means nothing on its own. Well, they don't mean much on their own. These cards mean things more when they're in a group or a pack or a spread. This is a basic spread for a pick a card reading, but your luck's changing for the better, number 2. And as I always say, when the spirit world predict good fortune, it's not automatic. You need to see it coming and take a risk, take a chance. You don't need to be reckless, but just take a chance. You'll know something will pop up and you'll think, I'm going to try this, and your luck will change for the better. If you want clarification on a full-length reading, you can have one with me on the telephone from anywhere in the world. go to my website, davidcharlespsychic.com, and if I'm not free on there, you can't book me, one of my team that work for me will help, and they're very good because I only employ the best, the very best. That's davidcharlespsychic.com, and you can email me there if you want to ask private questions. If not, comment below and I'll answer every one. I always do, answer all of my comments or questions. That's davidcharlespsychic.com if you want a reading. Let's see now if the oracle cards back up what I've just told you. Excuse me, I haven't looked at these have been shuffled. You've got an air card first, got to use the glasses because you have to read these. Right, an earth card, each thought leaves an echo. Keep yours positive only from now on. So each thought leaves an echo. Keep your thoughts positive from now on. It's telling you not to have negative thoughts because this is a positive reading. And as I said, if you keep your eyes open, your luck will change dramatically for the better. You heard it here first. There's no question about this, number 2. It won't apply to all of you, but it will apply to a lot of you. You expect a run of good fortune beginning at some point during the next 8 weeks. Remember, every thought has an echo. What you think goes out to the universe and comes back. Keep yours positive only from now on. Keep your thoughts positive for at least the next 8 weeks because things are changing and good luck is coming. Let's try the second one. You get 4 of these usually, I do. Another air card. The answer is near. You just need to look a little closer to home. You see the feather on that card, this air card? You may know what some people think a feather means, a visit from spirit, a visit from maybe a family member you've lost. The answer is near. You just need to look a little closer to home. It's telling you that what you're looking for is right under your nose. It's right in front of you. You're not seeing things clearly. So think about that, number 2. The answer you're looking for, if you have a question, is under your nose. If not, comment below and I'll answer it for you. But I think you get the gist of what I mean. It means that things are staring you in the face and you're just not quite seeing them. You're probably so busy with work, so busy helping everybody else, you're not seeing things good for yourself, number 2, and it's time that you did. You need to see things good for you. Don't change your characteristics. You're good at helping people and it's lovely. But see things clearly for you, for yourself, for a change now and again. Let's try the third one, another air card. Have hope. And you have the power to make changes. So you have the power to make that change and now make it. Have hope, you have the power to make that change, now make it. See one of those, dandelion, when you blow them, he loves me not, he loves me not. Remember that as a kid? I remember doing that as a kid. I always got he loves me not, or she loves me not. Have hope, you have the power to make change, now make it. There you are, it's telling you again, as that air card did, to be positive. So have confidence in yourself. Have confidence in you, in yourself. You have the abilities, number 2. You really do. I hope this reading gives you that confidence because you have it. You just have to believe it. That's 1. Number 2, an air card again. Meditate on your decision and the right answers will come to you. Trust it. So again, it's asking you to trust yourself, trust your inner vision, meditate on it if you're into that kind of thing. If not, maybe learn to meditate, learn to relax, almost like self-hypnosis. Relax everything from head to toe. Meditate on your decisions and the right answer will come to you. Trust it. Trust yourself. This is all about confidence, number 2. Have confidence in yourself and everything will come into fruition. This is really... I'm glad you stayed with me till the end because this is a very positive reading and I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you'll enjoy all of my readings. Please subscribe and click the bell icon and you'll be notified every time I bring a video out, which is every few days usually, sometimes every 2 days. Please click me a like if you would, share me with your friends and make some comments below because I answer all of them. Special thank you to you if you've watched this all alone or if you're lonely. I do care. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. Thank you. So, confidence number 2. believe in yourself, and we'll get ready now to move on to number 3. See you in a minute. Bye-bye. Hello again. If you chose number 3, this one's for you. Let's take a look at your next 8 weeks, especially your love life. Thank you for joining me. This is a timeless reading, as I keep saying, which means you'll find it when your spirit guides want you to find it. And if you found this reading today, then number 3, there will be a message in here for you somewhere. So listen up and stay with me, because I'm going to keep all the best stuff till last. So I'll tell you the negatives first and the good stuff at the end. So stay with me. My name's David Charles, international psychic medium, coming to you from beautiful North Devon, where it's just got dark, and in England, of course. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so, and click the bell icon and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video, which is every few days usually, sometimes every 2 days. So the negatives first, number 3, and then we end up with the real good stuff at the end, and it is good at the end. At the moment, there's secrecy around you. Somebody is keeping secrets. Is it you? Number 3. I can see in your eyes, and it's not you, is it? It's somebody around you. Somebody's being secretive. Could be your partner, your wife, your girlfriend, your husband, your boyfriend. Could be somebody at work. Could be at someone at college if you're studying still. Somebody is not telling you all of the story. Doesn't mean they're telling lies, but they're just not telling you everything. Sometimes they do that so that you don't have your feelings hurt, or that they don't upset you, so they keep things back from you to protect you, really. But there is secrecy around. You may be keeping secrets yourself, as I said. I'm struggling to find negatives here, apart from stress. Number 2 had this as well, but your stress levels, number 3, are far too high for the next 8 weeks. So I'm glad you're watching this, because you can do something about that now. You need to relax. Something is causing you to be stressed, physically and emotionally. Whenever you found this reading, it could be today or in 10 years, but something at this time now is making you overstressed. And it will, as I said to number 1, it will affect your sleep, it will affect your eating patterns. You may be overeating, you may be not eating enough. But I don't see a reason here in this reading from Spirit World that you should be so stressed. So there's nothing scary in this reading at all. Nothing, except stress itself. There are signs that you're having negative thoughts, negative emotions, and that can include mixing with negative people. So that may be an idea to try to avoid negative people if you can. And they don't mean to be negative, but they can be negative in their attitudes. They may not be as optimistic as you, and they may bring you down to the way they feel and can lower your moods. So you don't want that either. I think a lot of you, number 3, are animal lovers. I say so often, but some of you like animals more than you like people. This won't apply to all of you. None of it will, but if it resonates with you, take it in and ignore what doesn't. You can always choose one of my other readings, and there's dozens on my channel. But at the moment, I think you're learning something. You're learning not at school or college or at night school. You're learning about life itself. And number 3, you're learning about you, about yourself. You're discovering things about yourself that you didn't know. And they may take you quite by surprise. You may say things to people and think to yourself, did I just say that, really? You're taking yourself by surprise in the next 8 weeks. Things are changing in a very interesting way. It's almost a mystical time for you coming up. And if you're not into psychic stuff and it's new to you, you may find that you're getting more interested in it as the next 4, 6, 8 weeks unfolds. Because you're coming out with things, you're discovering things about yourself, number 3, that you didn't know before, not at a conscious level anyway. So it's good. It's a time for learning about you. You're going on a spiritual journey, that's the word. You're going on a spiritual journey, and the spirit world are asking you to take risks, not be reckless, but to take chances and to enjoy the coming 8 weeks as we head out of this time at the moment. So it starts from the day you read this, watch this reading, and it will last for around about 8 weeks. A learning period, number 3. And you're learning so much about yourself. about the way you feel, about the true feelings you have, and you're learning actually to let people know what you feel, because I think sometimes you keep things inside a bit too much. As I said, you may be a bit secretive at the moment as well. Any of you with pets and animals, things look good in that regard, and I think most of you that are watching this, not all of you, but some of you watching this, number 3, are parents as well, and very good ones. I think some of you are Leos, not all of you, of course, it can't be all of you, but some of you have Leo tendencies. You're strong, you're reliable, number 3. If you say you're going to be there for someone, you'll be there. They can come to you and rely on you. They know that you will not let them down. They know that you won't tell people all their business. And secrets, that word again. So people tend to come to you when they've got something confidential to talk about. Maybe their sex life, or their marriage, or lack of it, or the end of their marriage. They're coming to you with secrets. You're good at keeping secrets, number 3. If this is not you, then you may be going to someone that is like that yourself. But I believe a lot of you are good at giving your friends advice, and they know that you're there. You're on the end of the telephone, or you can pop round and they can come and see you for coffee or something. And they like that. They like spending time with you. And you are good at that. You can do that without tiring yourself out. Some people that give advice and counselling, it can wear them out. But you're pretty good at that, number 3. A lot of you, especially the females out there, the ladies out there, you're good at that. You're good at parenting if you've not had children yet, and when you do, you'll be very good with them. You'll be a good mum, or if you're a chap, you'll be a good dad. You're good with animals. You're good with caring for things. If you see a bird in the garden that's hurt itself, you'll bring it in and try and fix it up. That's the way you are. So your caring nature, number 3, unlike some people, your caring nature is genuine. Real, genuine. You don't like being messed around though. If people let you down, you're not the sort of person that will take it twice. You know, they may get a warning if they hurt you that you're not going to stand for it, and sometimes you won't stand for it the second time anyway. Let me tell you some of the positives, because it is positive. Money is coming. Number 3, a sum of money is coming your way. You tend to be too generous with. I can't stop you doing that, that's your character, but keep some by for yourself. You have also, I'm picking up here, an admirer. Do you know about this? Could that be the secret? I'm picking up the secret, aren't I? I think I am. You have, well, you may have a secret admirer that even you don't know about, but there's an admirer here for you. Number 3, somebody fancies you. Could it be your beautiful eyes? Could it be your good looks? Something about you that somebody fancies. They may not have told you yet, but believe me, during the next 8-week period, somebody has got a soft spot for you, and they may never tell you. You may think, I was wrong, David got it wrong, but David's got it right. Somebody likes you, a lot of you, number 3, and they may tell you, and they may make a romantic offer to you. It depends whether they think you're free or not. They may think you're not free, even if you are. They may think you're too good for them, so they don't bother. So that means you may be giving off vibes that say keep away. Maybe you should drop that a bit. I'm not sure how you're going to take this, but I think you do have an admirer. What you do about it could shape you for quite a while to come afterwards. So I think you've got some good stuff. Money coming, a journey of discovery is coming. The spirits want you to take chances. Don't be reckless, but be adventurous for the next 8 weeks. Use this next 8 weeks to discover about yourself, as I keep mentioning. It's very good, and I'm glad you stay with me to this part, because you are on a journey, a very important spiritual journey, number 3, and as the years pass by, you'll look back to this time now and realise how important it was. I can't be more specific because there's a lot of you out there, but you are on a spiritual journey. Let's see if the oracle cards agree with what I've told you. They've all been shuffled. I haven't got a clue what's coming up. I need my glasses for this. Right. A fire card, first of all. See if it agrees with me. You're embarking on a road that brings you joy and abundance. There's no way I knew that. It's exactly what I told you. Can you read that? Can you see that lovely picture there? think it's been in Photoshop, but there's the moon. And the card says, you're embarking on a road that brings you the joy and abundance. Fantastic. Backing up exactly what I told you, number 3. You've got, I wish all my readings were like this, because this is a very good one. And if you want clarity on this, you can have a full length reading with me, as I think I said, on davidcharlespsychic.com. That's my website. You can book me on there for a full length reading on the phone from anywhere in the world. I'll talk to you. If you can't get hold of me on the website, one of my team that work for me will help you, and they're brilliant because I only employ the best. I only choose the best, and they have to be good to get in my team. That's davidcharlespsychic.com. Let's see if the second card agrees with me. This is a water card. Allow your mind and body and soul to flow intuitively. There you are. You're learning. Trust your intuition. Allow your mind, body and soul to flow intuitively. So, if you're not into this, if you're new to this, because I think some of you are new to this, you may find that you're going to get very interested in this kind of thing, because I think you're being pointed that way and guided that way by your spirit guides. I think that's why they've got you to watch this video tonight or today, and I think they're with you right now. At this very moment, you could be in your lounge, in your kitchen, at work, in the car, in the bath, wherever you are now. I believe your spirits are with you, guiding you to watch this reading because it's important. You're going on a journey of discovery, number 3. Let's try the next one. Another water card. You're in touch with your truth. Trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. Not my favourite expression, trust your gut, but it means trust your feelings. You're in touch with your truth. You're in touch with your truth. Remember I said about telling people what you really think instead of keeping it a secret? This card is saying exactly that to you. You're in touch with your truth, your real self. Trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. Lovely picture of a lady there, looks like. Oh, she's on some kind of a beach. Lovely water card for you there. Number 3. And one more before we go to number 4. A water card again. The deep blue sea washes away your cares and concerns. So if you're near the ocean, and some of you will be, and some of you may be water signs, the water is linked to this. The deep blue sea washes away your cares and concerns. If you're not near the ocean, then you need to lie down, close your eyes, lay on the couch or somewhere, don't fall asleep, and try to imagine that you're on the beach and that you can hear the sound of the waves. Maybe you can hear the pebbles being washed around by the waves or the sand, and try to feel the sun and the warmth, and let the sea, even though it's in your own imagination, wash away your cares. The deep blue sea washes away your cares and concerns. As I said at the beginning, number 3, there's nothing here scary in this reading. For most of you, it's a very good time, a journey of discovery which you will remember for years to come. So thank you for staying with me. Please subscribe, click me a like thing if you like this. Tell your friends about me, make some comments below. If you want to talk to me privately, you can email me on my website, davidcharlespsychic.com. From anywhere in the world, I'll answer all my emails and my comments. And please subscribe, because if you do, and click the bell icon, you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for staying with me, number 3. I do appreciate that, especially if you're alone, watching this on your own. If you're lonely, I do appreciate your time, taking the time to watch my videos. See you soon, number 3. We'll get ready now for number 4. Well, if you chose number 4, the last one, this one's for you. Your next 8 weeks, number 4. Let's take a look. This is a timeless reading, as I said before. It means it doesn't matter when you find it. You can find it today or 10 years from today. You'll find this reading when your spirit guides want you to find it. So if you found this reading, number 4, there will be a message in here for you somewhere. So stick with me. I'll tell you all the good stuff at the end and the negative stuff first. So stay with me till the end, because that's when I'm going to tell you the really nice things. For the negatives, there's not really anything really negative. There may be some quarrels going on. There may be some arguments during the next 8 weeks. Have you been arguing with your partner, or are you about to, I wonder, or your lover? When the spirit world predicts arguments, as I say every day, it means that you should avoid them. It means that if you argue at the moment, you're going to lose. That includes legal arguments, any kind of quarrels or conflict. But this can also mean that people are at cross purposes and you're trying to get somewhere and there's a blockage. You may be trying for a new job and something is getting in the way, or somebody is getting in the way. You may be trying for a new romance and something's preventing you. There's something stopping you. It could be another person, it could be somebody's wife or husband if they're married, but it could be a blockage inside your head that's preventing you from moving forwards. Sometimes that means you're being guided by spirit not to do it. And you feel like you're not getting there because of this blockage. Something's preventing it. And it may be your guides preventing you from going into a romance that wouldn't be good for you. But that's just an example. It could be a job that's not good for you. But it seems to me you're trying to get somewhere, number 4, and you're getting nowhere fast at the moment. That's going to change. As I said, I'll tell you the good stuff at the end. It also appears to me, number 4, that you've entered a state of life where you've stopped. You stopped something. It's like you feel like you've stopped living. You haven't stopped living, but something's making you hesitant. I can see it in your eyes, number 4. Something's making you hesitate about doing something. I'm not sure what it is because there's a lot of you out there. Sorry to call you number 4, but I don't know your first name. But number 4, something's making you hesitate, something's blocking you, and you're seemingly not making progress. As always with these readings, just because you feel that you're not making progress doesn't mean you're not. Things are going on undercurrent in the background, below you, and the undercurrents, as I always call it. So if you can avoid a blockage, avoid falling out with people, don't argue with people. If people are arguing, don't get dragged into it. As always, the spirits always say that. Don't get dragged into other people's arguments, because you'll end up getting the blame. There seems to be a guide with you at the moment, a spirit guide. This happened with number 3 as well. You may be at work right now. You may be at home cooking the dinner, washing the dishes. You may be in the bath, lying on the bed, watching TV. Wherever you are, number 4, there's a spirit guide with you right now, and I think it's a man for most of you. It could be a lady for some of you, but I think you've got a spirit guide with you that's got you to watch this reading. So they want you to pick up a message from this. I don't know what it is. There's a lot of stuff in here, but something for you, number 4, is important in this reading for a lot of you. Not all of you, of course. If you want clarity with a full length reading with me, go to my website, David Charles Psychic, and you can book me on there and I'll talk to you from anywhere in the world on the telephone. If you can't get me on there, if I'm busy, one of the team that work for me will help you, and I only employ the best, so they're very good. One of my team will help you. But that's davidcharlespsychic.com. But there's something here, number 4, that's preventing you from doing something you so want to do. And that will not stay that way forever. Things are changing, as I'll tell you in a minute. I said I keep the good stuff till the end. Now, there are signs, number 4, that some of you are very, very psychic. Very psychic. Some of you will ignore it. Some of the men out there amongst you will think it's coincidences, but there's psychic activity around you at the moment, as well as one of your main spirit guides is present. So you're entering a very, very spiritual time during the next 8 weeks. You're going through a psychic high, and I always say you get these about twice a year. That's my feeling on this, and you're heading for one now. So it means watch out for intuition or dreams or daydreams. If things happen that are coincidences, you think of someone you haven't seen for years, and the phone rings and it's them. They may not be coincidences. In some cases, they're premonitions. So believe your inner psychic self. Believe your spirit guides are there, because I tell you they are there. They're looking after you, they're loving you. That's what they do. They love you, they care for you, and they try to guide you. Some of us don't always listen. Some of us think it's coincidences, but they are guiding you, number 4. Now then, the good stuff. Once you've gone past this sort of blockage that isn't really there, it's of your own making, I think. Once you've sorted out any conflicts with people you've fallen out with, try and make it up if you've had arguments with people. Try and either make it up or put it away completely. Forget them if they won't put it right with you. Once you've done that and you trust your psychic gifts, things are changing. There are new job prospects, there are new relationship prospects, there are chances of new friendships, new hobbies, brand new starts for you, number 4. There are also possible pregnancies. First time it's come up today in this reading, this evening, but there are pregnancies in this reading. Are you pregnant, number 4? Are you trying to be pregnant, or is it one of your friends or your family? Is it your daughter? Is it your mum? Is it the next door neighbour? Somebody is trying for a baby, and somebody will soon be pregnant if they're not already. And at the same time, there may be somebody around you who's already pregnant and close to giving birth. So you may have a pregnancy popping up in the next 8 weeks and a baby coming along as well. And for some of you, number 4, I'll tell you now, it's going to be twins. You heard it here first. So watch out for that. Let me know in the comments below if I'm right for you, if it resonates with you. If you want to email me privately, go to my website, davidcharlespsychic.com, and you can email me and I'll answer all my emails, and they're all private, of course they are. So, a sum of money is coming your way. Number 4, a lump sum of money that I think you know about, a lot of you, and the message from Spirit for you is keep this sum of money because you're going to need it. So don't let it in and go and buy a flash car with it straight away. Keep it for at least a few weeks, at least for the 8 weeks anyway, because this lump sum of money is going to come in very handy later on. So if it comes, as I keep saying, it won't be for all of you, but this sum of money is coming and you're going to need it, so keep it. Don't give it the kids, or don't give it your mum and dad. Try and keep it. I know it sounds selfish, but the spirit world is saying you're going to need it. That's probably why they're going to give it to you. So, new beginnings, possible new jobs, a sum of money, psychic activity. If you're going through a bit of a pause at the moment and it feels like nothing is happening, believe me, that is about to change. You're about to speed up, number 4. You're heading for a time when you're highly fertile. Fertility, as I've said, can mean babies, but it also means growth in every other area of your life. Growth in new jobs, growth with new friendships, new romances. Things are taking off, so be ready. There's nothing scary in this reading, because some readings I do would frighten you quite a lot, but not this one. This reading is showing psychic activity, spirit guides all around you, particularly one person, which I believe is a man. And this is a man that when he was on this side of life was very, very well respected. Almost like a grandfather figure. It may not be your grandfather, but it's that kind of person, an older uncle or something like that. And he is in spirit, and he is with you right now. I keep saying it won't apply to all of you, but to a lot of you it will. And the ones it applies to out there will know. You will know if it applies to you. And you'll feel the spirit around you, and I want you to talk to him. He needs you to talk to him. He may not be able to answer you in a physical voice, if we can call it that, but he will answer you in other ways. You may see signs that only he knew about. You may see lights flashing, strange things going on. Feathers, they often say, feathers come around. You may find a feather in the lounge or somewhere. But speak to your guides. It's frustrating for them if you don't speak, just because they can't always answer, they can hear you and they need you to talk to them. Ask them questions. Ask them for help. They may help you right now. They may help you with your dreams. They may give messages to you in your dreams. And dreams from spirit are often repetitive. So if you're having repetitive dreams, number 4, they're repeating the dreams because you're not getting it. So they keep repeating it until you do. So watch out for that. I can't emphasize enough, number 4, that this is a spiritual time coming up in the next 8 weeks. I'm not seeing it lovey-dovey, so that means your romance situation is probably okay anyway. Sometimes readings are filled with love and passion and romance. This one isn't. I believe the spirit world have other things for you coming up, including a sum of money, including new beginnings, including babies, pregnancies. Just avoid arguments, that's the main thing. Avoid conflict. Don't fall out with people. If you want to fall out, let them fall out with someone else. Try not to be too worried if you think nothing's happening quick enough, because it is. Now we're going to look at some oracle cards and see if they back up what I've told you. These have been shuffled. I've got no idea what's there. They're shuffled before I do any of these 4 readings. And there's the ones we did earlier, look. See? So, number 4. I've got to use the glasses for this. A fire card. See the light within yourself, and everyone else will too. I think it looks like a rose burning there. Can you see that? Interesting fire card. See the light within yourself, and everyone else will too. The light within yourself is the psychic ability that I keep telling you about. See it, feel it, and believe it. And believe me, number 4, if you have psychic ability, you will have healing ability as well. You could learn Reiki, aromatherapy, any of the healing arts. You can help people with healing just by sometimes just walking in the room. That's the way you are, particularly for the next 8 weeks. So people want to be around you. They want to be with you, apart from the argumentative one I keep mentioning. Most people want to be with you because you've got this spiritual side, and some of you are not even aware of it, which is a shame. But I think you're becoming more aware of it as the weeks go by. The next 8 weeks are important, and they're good. Let's try another one. This is a fire card as well. In fact, and the next one is. Events are happening at a fast pace. So, the fertility thing I mentioned there, many things will happen at once. I just say to you, get ready. Things are starting to get fertile, new jobs, babies, all that sort of thing. Events are happening at a fast pace. Many things will happen at once. Looks like a bonfire. If you can see that, a fire card. So events are happening at a fast pace. They may not be happening now, as I said, things seem to be stalling, but they're going to take off and be ready. Many things will happen at once, so you're going to have so many options soon. You may be stunning yourself or wondering what to do first. You may be stunned by the amount of stuff that's coming, but it's coming. New jobs, babies, all sorts of things. Let's try another one. We do 4 of these usually. Another fire card. This one says to you, there's news of an exciting new endeavour. Use your ingenuity. There's news of an exciting new endeavour. I think your exciting new endeavour is linked to what I said. Maybe new babies, new jobs, maybe new romances. So there could be romance in the reading. Something new is coming and it's going to grow. If you go into a new romance, number 4, expect it to grow very fast. Do you fall in love easily? If so, expect it to happen. If it's a new job, it will happen fast. Everything seems to be taking off. You're highly fertile. Everything you touch now, number 4, will grow. And I always say, if you buy a plant from the supermarket, it'll probably come into flower. So whatever you touch now is going to grow. So use this 8 weeks to your advantage, because it's a good time. And I'm not just saying that to be positive. This reading is positive. Don't forget, a sum of money is coming. Last one, a water card this time. Missing out on opportunity is the question. Missing out on opportunity. Open your eyes to the possibilities. Everything there on these oracle cards is backing up what I've told you. Opportunities are coming. Fertility is coming. New babies, money. All this stuff is coming. And it's coming to most of you, number 4. I'm so glad you watched this with me to the end. Missing out on an opportunity, it's a question. Open your eyes to the possibilities. In other words, don't miss all this. For goodness sake, don't miss any of this, because it's really, really good. It's exciting. And I'm so pleased for you, number 4, because it's a good time for most of you. Please click the like button for me, that thumb thing. Subscribe if you would, and click the bell icon. And you'll be notified of all my new videos every few days usually, sometimes every 2 days. Thank you so much if you watch this alone. I do appreciate that, especially if you're lonely. I appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. Please tell your friends. Make some comments below. As I said, if you want a full-length reading with me on the telephone, you can book me on my website, davidcharlespsychic.com. If I'm not free, one of the team that work for me will help you, and they're the best. I only employ the best. They can't get in my team if they're not good. That's davidcharlespsychic.com. You can email me privately there and I'll answer all my emails. Thank you so much for watching me, number 4. Please tell your friends about me. So I'll let you go now, and I'll tell you my motto before we go. My motto is, think lucky and you'll be lucky. Think love and you will be loved. And of course, I love all of you, every one of you. See you soon. Catch you later. Bye-bye.